Today I want to talk about the YouTube algorithm. YouTube and its algorithm have been very much criticized over the last couple of years. The filter bubble phenomenon and the spread of conspiracy theories has been linked to this. But how come this algorithm has been so oft criticized? Is it an issue with the algorithm itself? Is the data the issue? Or is the reading of the algorithm the problem? All three of these have been blamed in the past.
Before I go any further, I want to talk about these three stages. The first one being AI, or the algorithmic stage, in which you literally see the algorithm that YouTube is using. This could be a problem because the priorities are not straight, or it's not doing what it's supposed to do, or any other reasons, but it's literally the calculations and the computer systems that they're using. Secondly, you have the data, which is the input that the algorithm is receiving. That could be your likes, your views, your subscriptions, and any other information they have on you. This could be problematic as they might be collecting the wrong information, and this information itself might be biased, but also because of labeling and organizing issues. Lastly, I will talk about the interpretation. This interpretation means that people can interpret how to watch their videos. In this case, that's what they click on. This can be problematic as people might not be knowing why they're making certain decisions, or it might be hard for them to actually interpret the data because they don't understand the results.
I think the data, the algorithm, especially its goal, but also the reading of the algorithm have its issues. The first one is problematic, the second one has a problematic goal, and the last one is basically impossible for any normal user. So first of all, I want to talk about the interpretation of the results that YouTube gives you. So the recommendations and the notifications it gives you. How do you decide what to click on, and why is that a problem? Well, it's pretty obvious. You just click on something and that's based on the recommendations you get. It's very hard to find anything outside of those recommendations, even if you're searching for something that will impact your results. The issue with this, however, is you don't exactly know what this is based on. You know it's based on an algorithm and what you've previously done and all the data they've collected on you, but what exact piece of data is giving them the reason to show you this, and what is the exact process by which they decide that? That is unclear to almost everyone. Thus, it creates a sort of black box. The user cannot look inside the algorithm and decide, I see that this is based on a video I got sent as a joke and accidentally clicked on, so I won't watch this video. It's very hard to do that. You just don't know the process. Thus, there is no understanding of the algorithm, and therefore it's very hard to make good decisions on what video to watch. Thus, the interpretation is just very difficult because of this black box. Now I will look at the algorithm itself. How does Google design it, and how does YouTube use it? Well, first of all, we don't exactly know what the algorithm is like and what exact data it's using, and of course that will also very much differ per user, and that is changed very often. However, what we can do is look at what the priorities in creating it are. So first of all, Google and YouTube are of course a private company. They need to make money, and the way they do that is by selling ads on videos. Thus, users are kind of what they're selling. They're selling views to advertisers. The easiest way to do this is if users watch a lot of videos that ads can run on, so advertiser-friendly videos. This means these videos have to be, okay for the advertisers and not too incriminating, but also, and probably most importantly, they have to attract viewers. They have to keep viewers watching. So things like spectacle and drama are very important in this. The issue with this, of course, is that societal and personal well-being and the benefit and the negatives towards those two are not seemingly very much a factor. This, again, is very perceivable in the conspiracy theory example. When you click on one video of a conspiracy theory, you're easily led to a billion others. Or even if you click on a serious news channel, you'll often get a conspiracy theory video. Because, of course, these videos are very juicy, they have a lot of spectacle, and are exciting, and will keep you watching. The issue with that, of course, is if you're only seeing these videos, it'll create a filter bubble around you, and you will not live in a real reality anymore, which of course is not good for your personal well-being, but also not good for the societal well-being. Thus, to recap, ad revenue seems to be the most important factor in designing the algorithm, and not societal and personal benefit. Thus, the algorithm always will make mistakes or problems with societal and personal well-being. It's just not its priority. I will finally look at the issues as they pertain to the data that is put into the algorithm. I see two main large obvious issues here. There could of course be more, but these are the two ones I decided to focus on for now. So first of all, you would think that an algorithm that collects just around about the same data on everybody that uses it would get an equal result. The collection of data here, however, is still unequal. That is because certain groups of people use YouTube more than others. A very obvious example of that is rich Western people who have had access to digital media for a long time will have used YouTube a lot more. They'll have more subscriptions, they'll have higher levels of digital literacy, and therefore certain people will get better recommendations, specifically Western people. Therefore, there is an inequality in the collection of data. Certain groups will have less data collected on them and therefore will get less accurate recommendations. After you collected this data, you still have to label it. Why did somebody watch it, for instance? The motivations here are very important because, accidentally clicking on something or getting sent something as a joke, as I previously mentioned, doesn't weigh as heavily as, actually going out of your way and searching for a video. This is very difficult to do. An example of how this can go wrong, I have found in my own research. I've been doing research into conspiracy theories, but therefore you need to watch those videos. YouTube then mislabeled these as videos that I'm actually interested in and that I should be recommended, and that I would actually, binge watch in a certain way, which of course is not accurate. Therefore, the labeling also goes wrong. Thus, to recap, statistical bias is a problem in the collection of data, and then the labeling of data goes wrong because it is very hard to find the motivations and the reasons for why people watch certain videos. So to recap all of this, there are issues at all three layers of this algorithm. The data collection exhibits a statistical bias. It's very hard to collect data equally and therefore there will be unequal results. Second of all, the labeling is also problematic. Finding the motivation of users is basically impossible and therefore it's hard to label whether this indicates anything. Second of all, the algorithm itself is made with profit in mind, not per se personal benefit or societal benefit. Therefore, these two areas might be neglected, and we cannot expect the algorithm to help either of them. Lastly, the interpretation of the algorithm takes place in makes the algorithm a black box. This means that the algorithm itself is inaccessible to the users and we don't know exactly what data they use to make exactly what decision based on which algorithm. That is very difficult and therefore you cannot get an insight nor make good decisions. All in all three of these stages have issues and are compromised and should therefore be changed.